coming up on Beach TV News. Will former President Trump consider debating Kamala Harris again? Find out what he is now saying about the much-awaited rematch. Plus, as tensions escalate in the Middle East, are Israel and Lebanon on the verge of a full-out war? And no flowers for Miley. Why Bruno Mars record label is slapping Miley Cyrus with a lawsuit. All this and more next.
Beach TV News starts now. Welcome to this edition of Beach TV News. I am Carla Valdez.
And I am Morgan Barella. Beach TV News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Long Beach. We begin tonight with breaking news coming out of Santa Maria. A suspect is in custody after a bomb went off at a courthouse in Santa Maria. The suspect allegedly threw a bag with a bomb in it in front of the arraignment courtroom inside the Superior Court complex. Police and emergency personnel converged on the complex afterward. Santa Maria authorities also called for lockdowns of city buildings as a precaution, including City Hall and the Finance Department. Fortunately, there are no reports of injuries, and there's also no word on a motive.
Former President Donald Trump is saying he is ready to throw in the towel after this year's presidential election. In an interview with Sinclair Media Group, Trump said he does not plan to run for office again in 2028 if he is defeated by Harris. Following last month's matchup, Trump has also said he will not debate Vice President Kamala Harris for a second time ahead of the election. CNN's proposal for the second debate on October 23rd was accepted by Harris, but Trump rejected the offer. Here's what the former president had to say about the debate proposal while speaking to a rally in Tucson, Arizona.
The problem with another debate is that it's just too late. Voting has already started. She's had her chance to do it with Fox. You know, Fox invited us on, and I waited, and they turned it down.
Meanwhile, the Secret Service is working overtime to keep Mr. Trump safe during his public appearances, and California may soon be plastic-free. Beach TV and Emily Arias has those details.
Gavin Newsom has signed a law banning grocery store plastic bags. In 2014, Senate Bill 270 banning grocery stores from using them, but a change in 2016 allowed recyclable or reusable ones. Yet, according to the California Public Interest Group, reusable plastic bags are impossible to recycle. Customers are encouraged to bring their own, but can get a paper bag at checkout for a small fee. The bill will take effect in January 1st, 2026. The House unanimously passed a bill bringing extra protection to former President Donald Trump. This in response to two previous assassination attempts, the first at Pennsylvania rally and the other at his golf course in Florida.
These guys do a great job. Now, they do need more people, and they've been complaining about that for a long time.
The final vote passed 405-0. The bill requires Secret Service to give the same standard of protection as standing president and vice president, but it still needs to be passed in the Senate. An ongoing rumor of Haitian immigrants stealing and eating pets has been spreading since the presidential debate between Trump and Harris.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
Trump was told during the debate that the claims were false, according to Springfield, Ohio's mayor, Rob Brew.
We've had well over 35 different threats, bomb threats, and personal threats to leadership within the community. And it just continues to become more random at times.
There had been threats of violence towards leaders and civilians. In recent news, the NAACP held a meeting in Springfield after the recent rumors towards Haitian immigrants, speaking along with local religious leaders. The president of the NAACP, Denise Williams, gave her statement on this issue.
Protect their civil rights, and we're going to continue to do that.
Another deadly mass shooting happened over the weekend, this time in Birmingham, Alabama. On Saturday at around 11 p.m., multiple gunmen opened fire outside of a hookah lounge in 5 Points South, an entertainment district known for its nightlife. 4 people were killed and 17 injured as part of the attempted hit, which left many bystanders caught in the crossfire. Police are offering over $100,000 as a reward for anyone with information on the 4 unknown gunmen. The Alabama Police Department and the FBI continue their manhunt for the suspects.
A CAL FIRE officer has been arrested on suspicion of arson. Investigators have determined the cause of the wildfires in Sonoma County just last month were intentional, and they believed off-duty firefighter Robert Hernandez may be responsible and is now facing a $2 million bail. Hernandez is accused of igniting a series of wildfires in Sonoma, which scorched thousands of acres and forced hundreds of residents in the area to evacuate their homes this summer. Firefighters were steadfast to contain the flames, but unpredictable wind patterns made their efforts even more challenging. More than 6,000 wildfires have blazed through the parts of California so far this season.
Back here at home, the city of Norwalk is defying the state of California on the issue of homelessness. The city is banning the building of new shelters. Beach TV News reporter Lindsay Towles has the story.
The city of Norwalk has landed in hot water with the state of California after the city council passed a unanimous ban on the building of new homeless shelters for the next 10 months. The vote comes after Governor Gavin Newsom threatened to sue the city, calling the ban unfathomable and immoral. Some Norwalk residents approve of the decision.
And I agree with the mayor that there needs to be more support in each city to be able to assist these people that need it. The city itself knows the standard, so to say, as to what assistance needs to be given.
The city sent Newsom a letter urging the governor to look at what the city has already done to address homelessness. According to Mayor Margarita Rios, the city hasn't received any Measure H funding from the state.
To make cities build when we're, going through hard times, every city's going through hard times, and to demand, when it looks like the funding's not there. I mean, what do they want? What does he want Norwalk to do if they need the funding?
Norwalk residents say the homeless problem has increased over the years despite the city's efforts and programs. There are no official homeless shelters in the city of Norwalk. Most of the homeless population here are put up in hotels like the one behind me. Hotel Saddleback is just one hotel that has opened its doors to the unhoused in recent years.
I would love for everyone to have housing, but at the same time, that particular hotel houses a lot of tourist transportation, and I would hate to be a tourist coming and seeing that there's posted up shops of homeless people right next door, and sometimes the craziness that goes along with it.
The state has issued a violation notice to the city urging the council to reverse their ban or lose their housing element compliance, which could result in the loss of state funds. In Norwalk, Lindsay Towles, Beach TV News.
Thanks, Lindsay. Hopefully the city and the state can come into a resolution soon. Now, in the latest health news, public health officials have their hands full as the CDC investigates a rare virus.
A healthcare worker in Missouri recently came into contact with a patient infected with the bird flu, marking a rare case as they became the third close contact identified. The worker later showed signs of infection but was not tested, as symptoms resolved before an investigation could take place. According to the CDC, the risk of H5N1 to the general population remains low. The source of the Missouri patient's infection is still a mystery, as no herds in the state have tested positive for the virus. A new self-administered vaccine for the 2025 to 2026 flu season will allow individuals to vaccinate themselves at home, marking a significant step in accessibility. Available through an online third-party pharmacy, patients must complete an eligibility assessment to have the vaccine delivered directly to their homes. The flu caused an estimated 35 million illnesses and 400,000 hospitalizations just last year. The CDC continues to recommend that everyone ages 6 months and older receive a flu vaccine each season. Since August 29th, Novo Nordisk, the pharmaceutical company that supplies Ozempic, has declared a shortage of the medication for the remainder of the year. The demand for this injectable drug, semaglutide, has surged rapidly since 2022, primarily due to its effectiveness in treating type 2 diabetes and its newfound popularity on social media as a weight loss solution. The Therapeutic Goods Administration is advising pharmacies and healthcare providers to refrain from initiating any new patients on Ozempic. Looking ahead, demand for Ozempic is expected to grow significantly, with global data projecting an increase of 51.4% from this year throughout 2029.
Time for a quick break, but up next...
Hezbollah launches hundreds of rockets, and the battle heats up as Israel strikes southern Lebanon in retaliation. Plus, the WNBA's rising star Caitlin Clark reaches her first major accomplishment in the big leagues. More just ahead.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. Victory. Fumble. Repeat. It always came back.
Okay, here we go, throw it!
Yeah. You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Nice.
Listen, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner!
Go. Excellent. Soccer is fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there. We're the family. I thought you were on my team. Wait,
The ongoing conflict between Israel and Hezbollah is prompting major safety concerns in Lebanon. A series of airstrikes from Israel aimed at Hezbollah targets has caused a total of 45 civilian deaths in Beirut. The most recent strike happened in a suburban residential zone, causing damages and shaking up the neighborhood. The continuous exchange of fire alarmed citizens who are bracing for the worst. Many have already chosen to leave the city. The UN has classified the situation as an imminent catastrophe. The State Department has advised all Americans residing in Lebanon to leave as soon as possible. Now, a prominent Hezbollah commander was taken out during these raids. Here with those details and other world health headlines in Beach TVN's Tanisha Bukad. Tanisha?
Thanks, Carla. A Hezbollah commander is taken out by Israel. Princess Kate returns after her cancer fight, and Antarctica's doomsday glacier melts at a record pace. Here's what's happening around the world.
Tensions are rising in the Middle East as Israel targets a top Hezbollah commander. Ibrahim Akil is linked to the 1983 bombings that killed 300 Americans. Akil was a key figure in the U.S. Embassy and Marine Barracks bombings. He was on the U.S. wanted list with a $7 million reward for his capture. Israeli military reports hitting multiple Hezbollah positions, which resulted in at least 12 casualties. The group's leader Hassan Nasrallah calls these attacks a declaration of war and vows to retaliate. International leaders stress the need for caution with warnings that this could spiral into a larger confrontation. In a heartwarming return to the public eye, Princess Kate has made her first public appearance after undergoing chemotherapy. On Tuesday, she hosted her first official meeting at Windsor Castle.
Looking into the importance of early childhood development.
The focus was on her early years project, which aims to address critical issues facing children. 6 months ago, Princess Kate announced her cancer diagnosis, which came to light following abdominal surgery. The Princess of Wales' first major step forward marks a hopeful moment for her and the public. In Antarctica, the massive Thwaites Glacier, known as the Doomsday Glacier, is melting faster than ever. Scientists warn it could collapse within 200 years, potentially raising sea levels by up to 10 feet. For the past 6 years, researchers have used underwater robots to study glaciers. They found that warm ocean water is melting the ice from underneath, speeding up the glacier's melt.
While there's some hope, experts warn we may already be on an irreversible path. And that's your window to the world this week. Back to you, Morgan.
Thanks, Tanisha. Caitlin Clark is having a remarkable first season in the Women's National Basketball Association. Most recently, the Indiana Fever star was chosen as the Associated Press Rookie of the Year. Clark was also named in the AP's All-WNBA First Team and the All-Rookie Team. The 22-year-old became the first rookie to record a triple-double. Clark also holds the record for most three-pointers made by a rookie in league history. She led the Fever to its first playoff appearance since 2016. The team lost to the Connecticut Sun today in Game 1 on Sunday. LA Dodgers are still reeling from Shohei Ohtani's record-breaking performance. Here with those details and other sports headlines is reporter Enrique Rodriguez.
Thank you, Morgan. This past weekend, USC played in their first ever Big Ten game, and the Rams played an exciting game against a familiar foe. Meanwhile, Shohei Ohtani did make the city of LA proud with a moment that we are very lucky to witness live. Let's get into it. Shohei Ohtani has made history with one swing of the bat against the Miami Marlins. And here it is, the moment that Dodger fans have been waiting for. With this home run to left field, Shohei Ohtani becomes the first member of the 50-50 club. He becomes the first player ever to reach 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases in one season. This is actually his second home run of the game. He'd make 2 more home runs that day. Along with Ohtani making history, the Dodgers clinched their 12th consecutive playoff berth. Shohei Ohtani is heading to the playoffs for the first time in his historic MLB career. USC played their first Big Ten game as a Big Ten team against Michigan. Michigan had a good lead early, but USC made things interesting late in the fourth quarter with this touchdown from Miller Moss to Jacoby Lane to give USC the lead. However, Michigan told USC, "You ain't winning at our house," as Kalel Mullings scores a touchdown to give Michigan the lead for good. Head coach Sharon Moore let everyone know he is here to stay as the Wolverines beat the Trojans 27-24. The 49ers took on the Rams in a crazy game in LA. The 49ers had a big lead in the third quarter as Juwan Jennings stepped up big as he had 3 touchdowns this game. But the Rams found ways to complete the comeback in their house late in the fourth quarter. First, a touchdown by Kyron Williams, then a field goal by Joshua Carty to give the Rams a 27-24 victory over the 49ers. Congratulations to Shohei Ohtani for reaching that historic milestone. Wish you nothing but the best in the postseason, and we shall see what happens next week between the Rams and the Trojans. Now, Hollywood Park has been growing rapidly since the arrival of SoFi Stadium and the Intuit Dome, but there is a new building in the neighborhood. Our BTVN reporter Jerry Reynoso has the latest in Inglewood.
Welcome to Hollywood Park's newest hotspot for sports and entertainment, Cosm. Located in Inglewood, adjacent to SoFi Stadium and the brand new Intuit Dome, the Cosm holds 3 areas for enjoyment. A 2-floor mega sports bar, known as The Hall, greets fans at the door with a massive wall-to-wall LED display, allowing you to have an eye on all the sports action at once. The 3rd floor is a very nice rooftop patio known as The Deck. With plenty of seating and TVs, you can enjoy the game with a stunning view of the venue's neighbors, SoFi Stadium and the Intuit Dome. But what makes this venue so special? Well, because of the main attraction. A 3-story LED screen known as the Dome gives sports fans the ultimate experience through shared reality.
It's unbelievable. I had high expectations. It's matched it. It feels like I'm there in Norman. Much rather be here in LA than have to travel to Norman, Oklahoma. I feel like I'm in the stadium.
With many kinds of camera angles at sporting events, Cosm uses shared reality to transmit the live footage to the Dome, bringing fans from the front row of the sideline to the front row of the end zone.
And this is beautiful, man. I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life, man. This screen is great. The camera views is great, man. The ambiance is great, man. I appreciate this.
You have your bar up on the 3rd floor, your 2nd floor bar. I mean, there's bars everywhere, so that's been great.
So if you're looking to catch a game with a few drinks, hang out with some friends on a rooftop deck, or even looking for something to do on date night, Cosm is the place to be. Reporting from Inglewood, this is Jerry Reynoso, Beach TV News.
Wow. I'll be sure to check it out. Hopefully they'll have Lakers games there when the NBA season begins. Now back to you at the news desk.
We're taking another quick break, but up next.
If you've thought Miley Cyrus's hit song Flowers sounded a bit familiar, you're not alone. Why Bruno Mars will likely not be sending Miley flowers anytime soon. Those details up next.
There is a road laid out for me.
Boxes everywhere. And this is gonna be Addie's room.
I am blind,
I think you're really gonna like it.
I hope so. Yeah.
I know this road is there for me. There is a love waiting.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
The ways down by the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
I got this.
I know this road is there for me.
Okay.
If I'm really free, take me down to the river and wash me.
Great having you. Incredible women. I wish they had those kind of cool careers for women when we were growing up.
So in this flashback, we're all the same age?
Yeah.
What does everyone want to be when they grow up?
If I say 2 jobs, do I get extra credit?
No.
I want to make immersive video games. I want to revolutionize 3D printing. I want to analyze data from the cloud.
I want to be a meteor.
You mean meteorologist?
No.
That's great, Al. Follow your dreams.
For the record,
Dad?
being a dad can be transformative, but also a lot of fun. Help prepare your little monster for the outside world. Encourage their interests. Support their growth. Walk them through new relationships.
He's perfect.
Whatever you say. And prepare them to stand on their own 2 feet. So much of the good in my life is because of you. Never stop being a dad.
Welcome back. Grammy Award-winning artist Miley Cyrus is being sued. Tempo Music Investments, the company suing Cyrus, is stating in a lawsuit that her hit song Flowers is eerily similar to Bruno Mars' When I Was Your Man. The music label is arguing Miley copied multiple musical elements such as the melodies, harmonies, and even some lyrics. Flowers was nominated for 2 Grammy Awards in 2024, winning both Record of the Year and Best Pop Solo Performance. Tempo Music Investments wants Cyrus and her team to stop reproducing, distributing, and performing Flowers, and they are also seeking copyright damages.
Miley is not the only celebrity contending with the law. Our reporter Cynthia has the latest on the Sean Diddy Combs case and some other highlights from SNL's upcoming season. Cynthia?
Thank you, Carla. Here's the latest on Sean Diddy Combs' current case, a look into the new Joker film and the milestone of SNL's 50th season.
Sean Diddy Combs is being held in the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn after being denied bail by 2 different judges. Several of Combs' houses, like the one in Los Angeles and the one in Miami, were raided by federal agents in search of evidence after his arrest. Combs was arrested on September 16th on the basis of multiple charges, which include sex trafficking, sexual assault, racketeering, and violence. Despite his lawyers working to keep him out of bars, Combs awaits his next court date in October 9th. Talk about facing time. Fans anticipate the Joker Fully Do film. In this story, Arthur is facing the death penalty for all his crimes in a psych ward where he meets Harleen. Both characters connect with each other, with Harleen being interested in Arthur's Joker persona. Fans are anticipating Lady Gaga's role as Harley Quinn. Lady Gaga lost weight and rehearsed for hours to prepare for the film. Fans have seen her in other projects and await to see how she will bring Harley Quinn to life. The film includes themes such as identity struggle, love, social issues, and mental illness. Critics are debating whether they will like the sequel, but the film is expected to make $70 million. The movie had a budget of $200 million. Joker Fully Do is coming out just in time to get Halloween costume ideas. On another note, Saturday Night Live is airing their 50th milestone season on NBC. They have new members to the show and returning members. Some of the returning members are Michael Che, Mikey Day, Heidi Gardner, Colin Yost, and others, while the new members include Ashley Padilla, Emil Joaquim, and Jane Wecklin. We will also see players Marcelo Hernandez, Michael Longfellow, and Devin Walker. Those players are now part of the main cast. Some of the performers included in this season are Ariana Grande, Billie Eilish, Chappelle Roan, and others.
SNL kicked off its 50th season this weekend with the return of Maya Rudolph. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I can't think of a better choice to play Vice President Kamala Harris. Now back to you guys at the news desk.
And finally tonight, if you've been feeling guilty about not getting your steps in, you should.
Runaway cat Rainbow triggered over 800 miles just to find his way back home. Now, how exactly did he do it? Take a look.
Benny and Suzanne Angiano spent days searching the Yellowstone forest after their cat Rainbow got away on a camping trip.
But really, I mean, my husband is my hero because he went every day into the forest for hours looking for him.
They got help from park rangers and other campers, but the cat was nowhere to be found, and after a while...
We had to leave without him. That was the hardest day because I felt like I was abandoning him.
After 60 days spent back in Salinas, they could only hope Rainbow was still out there.
There up pops this message from PetWatch. Rainbow with identifier microchip number 12 digits long has been identified.
A woman in Roseville found Rainbow and took him into the local SPCA.
He was really depleted. He probably didn't have a lot of energy to maybe even go further. So this lady who found him and rescued him, she's just an angel because she even said that he looked like he was not going to make it much longer.
But what everyone wants to know, how did Rainbow, in the span of 2 months, get all the way from Yellowstone to Roseville, over 800 miles away? They're hoping someone may know, and maybe their story could spark a memory.
Hey, I remember that cat. And we saw it here, we saw it there, or, even they took it in.
The Angianos say Rainbow's story is an important reminder. Get your pets microchipped, because without a chip, Rainbow might not have been found and finally brought home.
Make them do stuff.
Talk about a cat with 9 lives.
No kidding. I'm sure if I'd walk home from this studio.
I totally agree. And on that note, we end this edition of Beach TV News. I'm Morgan Barella.
And I'm Carla Valdez. Remember, you can be a part of the conversation. Head over to our social apps at Beach TV News and let us know what you think about tonight's stories.
From all of us at BTVN, good night, Long Beach.